All right, welcome to the Esports Next official podcast. My name is Adam Joshua. Who do we have here today?
You have Ray Smith, Director of Esports for NASCAR.
Director of Esports for NASCAR. Amazing. What an exciting thing to be a part of. How are you feeling about this weekend?
I feel great about this weekend. We got the race in. I've been here since Monday. We've been doing activations since Tuesday, and this is sort of like the final quarter for me as the Esports Next conference and getting to meet everyone here.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I loved being at the race yesterday. I know that like production for putting everything together. Last year you guys did it, and then this year you even shortened to like all the setup and eventual teardown.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not all the way into the whole logistics of the entire event, but I mean, you can definitely tell they took learnings from last year and applied them to this year and really upped the experience. And like you said, they've been able to be a little bit more efficient on setup and breakdown, so we don't wear out our welcome with the city.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't think you did. How did you get started in NASCAR?
I originally was with the Washington Nationals doing marketing for them in Washington D.C. I took a job at Richmond Raceway, and really that's where it all started. Richmond Raceway was in charge of their marketing. First day on the job, they said build an esports footprint. So that's sort of what started building where I am today with NASCAR.
Amazing, amazing. Did you grow up like watching a lot of races, or did you do any driving yourself?
No. I mean, I grew up knowing about the sport because in the '90s, I mean, the sport was blowing up. Like everyone knew who Dale Earnhardt was, everyone knew who Jeff Gordon was, everyone was wearing the jackets and the hats. So I grew up like sort of aware of it from the outside, but I really didn't start getting into NASCAR until college when I was right next to a racetrack, and then even right after college, I was like, I'm going to adopt this sport, and I started going to races from there.
I love it. And how do you feel about it being adopted into the esports ecosystem?
I mean, it's funny. Like I've been in the esports and NASCAR world for like 7 years now, and the way we look at it today, like a lot of everything that we do in NASCAR is directly connected to esports, especially sim racing. A lot of the applications that come from the video game apply to real life in our sport, like no other sport can. So it's pretty awesome that we have that capability. So we embrace it.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it really is like the perfect marriage of esports and NASCAR. I'm really excited to see where it goes. Where do you hope to see it go?
I mean, it's a little bit of everything. I of course want our pro sim drivers to grow and grow, and we want to touch as many people as possible and really do the reach. But like, really, probably the most interesting part to me is we have real life drivers that are coming from the PC. We have real life engineers that are coming from the PC. So on and so forth. When you talk about car designers and other engineering influences or broadcasting, like a lot of what you see in real life esports, like it developing around sim racing is going to help strengthen our industry as we move forward.
That is so cool. I can't wait to see where it does go. Have you been doing any sim racing yourself?
I do it but basically around work,
Just for work
just for
purposes.
work, and that's fun to say.
Yeah, it is.
I have to jump onto the simulator and check out and make sure that the track signages are correct and make sure that we're all good to go. So like, it's my gaming is always around work.
I love it. So you don't play games outside of that?
No, I try to play a little bit of my Logitech Cloud.
Yeah.
But I have a 3 and 5 year old, so it's a lot of Goat Simulator.
Goat Simulator. Yeah. That's a good one.
So like that's probably the best game for them without them getting frustrated and throwing my Cloud
Yes.
Logitech.
That's fair. Yeah. Do you see them becoming gamers?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with it. I grew up. My brother had an Atari, and then you go into the Genesis, and you go into the everything else. Like, and my kids are already into it, like whether it's just their tablet and whatever educational games there, or whether it's dad's handheld and they're playing Goat Simulator. I think it's natural that that's where kids' behaviors are going to go because it's already been happening for a couple decades.
That's fantastic. If you had all the resources you needed to make the impact you want to make on the industry, what would you do?
I would get simulators everywhere.
I like that idea.
It's get as many into their hands, and you look at these after school programs, and you look at what the education sector is doing. Like, I would love to get simulators in front of everyone, because gaming's one thing. The simulation is a little bit more intimidating, but I think once people get their hands on it and they understand like the realism of it and like the true difficult task it is, like they would be so much more interested into sim racing.
Would have to agree with you. Where do you think those would be? I like place them at schools, at malls,
Yeah,
just in people's houses. Like,
yeah. I've always thought like it'd be great if we could start programming it out to schools. We have a college iRacing series because of all the growth that we're seeing in the college scene. So like it's a lot of those after school programs, a lot of education programs, because beyond gaming, and we see this with other esports, it's like everything we do in a sim is directly connected to what you can try to pull out with STEM education, like all the engineering, all the skill you need to create some of these curriculums can come from our simulators.
absolutely, they can. Now, do you see them? Do you see creating, or have you already started creating an just like NASCAR, like a professional level sim um, within NASCAR, like tournament?
Yeah, right now we have the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series. That's the top 40 drivers in the world on ovals.
Right?
They have to ladder up to get into that series every year. So top 40 in the world already live in that series that we have. We also have the college series, which is an open invite, like once a month during an academic year, where the top 40 get qualified to a broadcasted race
Yeah,
that also top 10 earn scholarship money off of. So we're trying to develop different offerings that are going to hit key demographics and create that reach that we're looking for.
and how do you find those players? Is it based on their scores, or is it based on they do an audition,
Yeah.
something like that?
So the Coco Iris series, you have to reach a certain level of license. So you have to be a certain quality of driver to make it to that level and to be able to qualify. The college series, that's an open invite. Anybody can participate. They're putting down qualifying laps, so they can put down as many as possible, but it's the fastest lap that qualifies into the heats that they're placed in.
Yeah,
Uh, but we're looking for new ways to open up opportunities to get people in.
that's fantastic. I can't wait to see how that all comes together. When do you think it'll be at the same level as NASCAR?
I don't know if it'll ever be the same level. I think like the more that we're integrated in the community, the better.
Yeah,
And I think we're already seeing that happening. Like we have drivers in our series that are working for real life teams. We have drivers in our series that are also competing on the real life scene. So the more that we can mix and blend how our community interacts with the real life community, that's I think the ultimate goal.
I love to see that. What are some of the things that you like to do outside of NASCAR, and what are some of your personal interests?
Well, outside of NASCAR, it's the family. Like I said, I
Family.
got the two kids that take up a lot of time. So me and my wife are constantly trying to keep them on the go and keep them busy so they can go to bed on time.
Of course.
But I'm a sports entertainment guy, so if it's a concert, I want to be there. If it's a live event, I want to be there. Festival, sporting events, as always. So I'm always, loving the live sports entertainment events.
I have to agree with you there. Who are some of your favorite artists that you like to see?
Well, this year I can go off this year. This year we saw Post Malone. Me and my wife went and saw Post Malone in
Yeah.
Charlotte, and then Hosier. We went to see
Oh
Hosier for
yeah,
her birthday. Last year we went to Beyonce. So
yeah.
like it's really it's a mixed bag, but it's all entertainment.
I love everything. I try and be as diverse in my interests as possible because you get to appreciate these people
Yeah.
for all their different skills and all their different genres. Like you go from a Post Malone to Beyonce, and then like that's fantastic. Like, and do you get like special tickets? Are you like a connected guy who?
I in my old days I was a connected guy. I'm almost 2 years into Charlotte,
Yeah,
so I don't have all the connections. Which is fine.
yeah,
Like I said, I love just going to these events, and like you were saying, like I love to see how people, what Beyonce does versus what a Hosier does versus like what different venues do to make sure that the customer's happy walking in and out of the gates. That's a lot in my enjoyment, but no freebies.
Yeah, fair enough. Those will come in time, I'm sure. You're gonna be the guy out in Charlotte in no time. Where do you come from before?
Well, before I was with NASCAR, I was with Richmond Raceway in Richmond, Virginia. I'm a Virginia boy,
Virginia,
from
right?
Fredericksburg, Virginia. But I started off my career 10 years with the Washington Nationals, so I was in the DC area for 10 years before making a jump down to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Fantastic. And you like North Carolina?
Yeah. I love everything about where we are right now. I mean, that's where the industry is, so it makes things a lot easier when you're doing business. But Charlotte's a great city.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about it. People have moved out there and love it. So fantastic. Well, it was great talking to you today, Ray.
Great talking.
And I hope you have a wonderful time at the EsportsNext conference, and I hope all your dreams come true.
Perfect. Thank you.
You.